Good morning, everyone. Welcome to David at Go To Hobbies. I want to speak to you about putting a grab screw in a wooden pulley for my stone tumbler drive belt. Actually, this one is a not a drive belt as such, but it's a polishing set of one of the polishing pulleys because I need to alter the speed of the stone tumbler for polishing. My decision, and the reason why I want to do that, I want to reduce it by about 2/3. So instead of spinning at 40 RPM, I wanted to reduce it down to about between 12 and 15 revolutions per minute, which I think is suitable for polishing stones. Right, little chat. This little fella is a 32 inside diameter of that belt where the belt goes round. That is 32 millimeters across inside. The reason why it's important is because when you measure your pulley, you want the belt where it actually touches the pulley. On a V belt, it's a different matter because the belt actually fits flush with the surface of there. But I think for my pulleys, and I measure the inside, not the outside, because when you're doing your pulley calculations, you actually need to work out the diameter and using an app online to do your pulley calculations to work out speed. Right, that said, putting a hole in your pulley, yeah, that needs to be a 3mm. I'm using a 4mm grub screw. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is to lock it on to the shaft of the motor so it doesn't spin or start to spin, and then basically you have no traction of turning the stones to polishing them. As I say, the reason why I've done this is to lock it onto the shaft. Now, make sure you drill it. Let me see if I can find it. No, I'm marked on this one. A center line through the middle, through from where the pulley is, or actually when you're going to put the pulley straight through to the center. So that's going to be a guideline for when you put your drill in the wood and drill through. So you want to line it with that so you know you're going to come out in the middle of your hole. Once you've done that, take that out, drill, and get yourself. I bought some M4 16mm grub screws, which are stainless steel. Stainless steel won't rust and they will last a long time. So, how do you go about tapping one of these? Well, literally putting a thread in your wood. So you obviously, I've started this, and when you put it on the grub screw, you just got to make sure the grub screw is vertical in line with the hole. So you put it in and you start it off, probably putting the Allen key in that way. I'll get it aligned up in that way round. And you start twisting it round, getting it to bite, then you loosen it off, bite, and round, and so on and so forth until you get it to go through all the way so you can see through the middle that it's done. So this one's I've already tapped. It's a little bit stiff, which is a good thing because you know it's going to hold it in place. So as I say, when you're tapping the thread through, you go backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. If you was tapping a piece of steel with a tap, when I say a tap, it's, if anyone doesn't know, it's a threaded, it's like a drill in a way, but as a drill pulls the material out of the hole, a tap actually cuts a thread in the hole. So when we class it as a tap, and that is you're tapping a hole in your metal or your wood, you can still tap a thread in wood even though you haven't got a tap. You can use a bolt, bolt, or you could use what I'm using here is a grub screw, which does exactly the same thing. It's to hold it in place, and once it's through the center, it will lock onto the shaft that you're putting it onto. That is the purpose of putting a little grub screw through the center, so you can actually get it all. I'm just screwing this in so I can show you where it comes out in the center. What do you think about this idea? Do you think it would work for you? Have you got any questions or anything? What do you think about my idea? Do you think it'll work? I do, because I've tried it and I'm very happy with it. I've got like a D-shaped shaft of my motor, and this will lock it in place, will stop it from spinning. The shaft is 9mm in diameter, so I've drilled this out to 9mm. It fits on there snugly. It's not loose at all. So when I put that grub screw through, it will actually lock it onto the shaft. So I'm going to bring it up to the camera, and you can see if we get it right. I don't know if you can. There, yeah. If I put my head in the way, you can see that. You can see that little grub screw poking through in that hole. That is purely to lock it in, as I say, to lock it onto the stone tumbler motor shaft. I don't know about you, but when you make something by hand and you can see your fruition to it, in other words, the end product, it gives you some sort of achievement and you feel quite happy about it. So I do feel happy about it, and I've been able to make my own pulleys without buying Chinese crap pulleys. I don't like Chinese. I hate it. I detest it because it's awful, to say the least. Some people swear, oh, it's okay, it's this, that. But what you end up doing is buying it 2 or 3 times, and you think to yourself, if I'd have bought the decent stuff in the first place, I wouldn't have had this hassle. So I went one better. I made my own pulleys. And if I can do it, you can do it. And if you want to watch my videos and showing you how to make a pulley, what you need to do, what makes a good pulley, what makes a bad pulley, it's all on my videos, and you'll be able to watch them and make your own pulleys from scratch. So I hope this helped. If you've got any questions or anything, please leave them in the comments below. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. I'll be very grateful to you. And if you are not or disliking the video, please leave a comment below. But obviously, like vice versa. If you like the video, please leave a comment, and I'll be much appreciated to that. But one thing I'd really ask you to do is please